Here we go. So welcome to the workshop, Awakening Your Purpose and Manifesting with the Moon, Rituals for Personal Growth and Abundance. I'm Shannon. You guys know that. The good in me sees the good in you. As your coach, I'm here to help you recognize and harness the power that resides inside of you so that you can easily and effectively spark a ripple effect of positive change in yourself and in the world around you. So what we're going to cover in today's workshop is just kind of listed out here for you so you have an idea of what we're going to go over. Part 1, tuning into your heart's desire and releasing limiting beliefs. Part 2, understanding your power and awakening your purpose. And Part 3, adopting a lunar lifestyle. So some things to have nearby. If you don't already have a journal or a notebook, you can go ahead and grab one now, or you're welcome to just take notes digitally. But I would definitely recommend just writing to help you really kind of tune into that creative flow. We're going to just take some time and work through some fun journaling prompts. And I also wanted to record this so that you have a chance to go back and spend some more time. I feel like these could all, be journaling prompts that you sit with for 30 minutes, an hour. But for the sake of the workshop, I'm just going to give maybe a minute or two for each one. So just write down maybe the first few things that come to mind, and then you are welcome and encouraged to kind of revisit those and just go a little deeper on your own time later on. And so make sure you have something to write with and some water or something cozy to drink. And if you want to light some candles or incense, grab your crystals, anything else that might just kind of help you to enhance your intuitive powers and to feel really comfy and cozy. Righty. Part 1, tuning in to your heart's desire and releasing limiting beliefs. So we're just gonna begin with a few grounding deep breaths. So whenever you're ready, just go ahead and close your eyes and get comfy in your seat. And you can feel free to just kind of set your hands in your lap, wherever they're comfy, or you can bring one to your heart and one to your belly. And just go ahead and start to deepen your breath. Breathing lots of love in. And exhaling lots of love out. And you can just allow your breath to be your anchor as any maybe intrusive thoughts start to flow in. Just thank them for being here and then return to your breath. And I am just going to just kind of be quiet for a minute or two so that you can really just tune in to the feeling of your heart space and take some time to ground down and breathe. And when you're ready, just go ahead and bring your hands together at your heart and bow your head towards your hands. Just take a moment to give thanks for this sacred time that you've carved out for yourself. Time to tune in and to be guided by your highest self. And then whenever you're ready, you can just go ahead and release your hands, open your eyes, and we will begin. Write your own story. So I love this question, and I've probably asked you guys this before, but if this is the first time I'm asking you, just take a moment to think about it. If you had a magic wand, what would you create for your life? And essentially, you do have a magic wand. You're very, very powerful divine beings, and you have the power to choose and create anything that you could possibly dream. So I wanted to include this quote: create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe. Oprah Winfrey. Not that she needs a last name. Oprah would probably have been okay. And just another reminder, anything is possible. So designing your dream life should really, it should be fun. Think of it kind of just like an art project. Make a mess, clean up later. Don't be afraid to dream really, really big when it comes to designing your life. There's no need to filter yourself. You are the creator, and the possibilities are limitless. What exactly do you envision in a world where absolutely anything is possible? And just kind of another way to phrase the first question, if you had a magic wand, what would you create? In a field of infinite possibility, which path will you choose? And so some journaling prompts to really help you to, tap into this a little bit more and explore. And feel free to just kind of write down notes, words, anything that comes through. And like I mentioned, just feel free to come back and revisit these and take as much time as you need to get really specific. But for now, just write down the first few things that come to mind. If you could create anything for your life over the next 5 years and money or time were unlimited, what would you create? Think about all of the pillars of your life and be specific. What do you see for your career, relationships, finances, health, home, spirituality, and overall sense of happiness and well-being? And if you need a little bit of guidance, for when you really explore this question in depth, you can kind of think of some of these abundance areas, and you can actually write out a description of what you want this area to look like specifically, rather than just kind of an all-encompassing idea of what you would create for your life over the next 5 years. Maybe you think specifically about your home, your career, your finances, your friendships, your family relationships. And you can just kind of look to this list if you need a little bit of guidance and you want to get really specific. And another reflection question: visualize your dream day. What does it feel like? Your days make up your life. If you want a grand life, fill it with grand days. So take a moment just to maybe close your eyes again and visualize your perfect day from start to finish. if you were just kind of visualizing there, go ahead and take a moment to write down anything that came up. And another really powerful question, something that a coach asked me a couple of years ago, asked during a group coaching session. And I broke down in tears because I realized that I wasn't really living in alignment. So what would you do if you found out you had 6 months left to live? Just take a little bit of time with that one. What are your life goals? I think so often we are focused on the immediate future when we're setting our goals. Or, even something like within the next 5 years. But if you really were thinking about something that you wanted to accomplish in your lifetime, what would you be the most proud of? What is something that, you don't want to leave this earth without creating, without doing? So take a moment to write down 3 to 5 things you'd be proud to accomplish in this lifetime. So what's holding you back? What's eating up your time and energy? What's preventing you from taking the necessary steps to get from where you are now to where you want to go? Is something in your day-to-day leaving you feeling drained and burnout? Thoughts create things. So whether you realize it or not, you are creating the life that's unfolding around you through the power of your thoughts. Now, fortunately, this means that if there's something in your current reality that you don't like, you have the power to change it. Thoughts create your reality. And so I could go a very woo-woo way with this, talking about, how your thoughts emit a frequency, and which they do. And, there's so many, scientific, quantum physics kind of paths that we can go down here. But just for a really clear, simple example of how your thoughts are creating your reality, I wanted to share this little graph. So your circumstances are always neutral. They're neither good nor bad, right nor wrong. We have the power to choose what we think, or more specifically, what we believe to be true about our circumstances. Our thoughts then spark our feelings, and our feelings drive our actions. They kind of create the behaviors or the decisions that we're making and the actions that we're taking. And ultimately, it's your actions that are responsible for the life unfolding around you. It's the law of cause and effect. Every action causes a reaction. So take the driver's seat. You have the power to consciously create your reality by shifting your attention to positive thoughts aligned with your desires. The first step is to notice what you're thinking about. So just start to pay attention, take note of your thoughts and feelings throughout the day, and reflect back as much as possible so that you can begin to notice any patterns that are popping up. Before we move forward, I just wanted to quickly mention that, your thoughts are really kind of creating your future. I know I just said your thoughts are creating your reality, but your current reality is really a reflection of your past thoughts. And so, as we know, it takes a little bit of time. It's not like we think of something and then it just magically appears. But through those thoughts, then sparking those actions and, then sparking our feelings and then having us take certain actions, we are then kind of opening ourselves up to different opportunities, and we're really shaping our future through our current thoughts. So that was just kind of a little distinction that I wanted to make there. Letting go of limiting beliefs. So we each see the world from our own unique perspectives and carry stories that make up our beliefs, values, and thoughts about ourselves, others, and the world around us. You see life in a distinct way based on a lifetime of accumulated experiences and mental patterns. So just take a minute to reflect again. What's happening around you? What's going on right now? And not specifically in this moment, but just kind of thinking about your day-to-day, how you're feeling about your current circumstances. What's happened recently as a result of the actions that you've taken over the past few months? Can you see any relationship between your thoughts, feelings, and actions, and how those actions have created the circumstances that you are experiencing right now? using positive affirmations. The positive affirmations are a simple yet effective way to reshape your perspective and shift your attention away from subconscious limiting beliefs that have just been accumulating for a lifetime. And you're not going to be able to change these overnight, but building a habit of affirming what you want more of in your life by writing it down, or writing down your intentions in the present tense and posting them where you see them often and actually stating them aloud, is going to just shift your focus towards what you want, rather than, just kind of spiraling into those negative thought patterns around some of the things that maybe we're afraid of or we're worried about, or that cause us a lot of anxiety. So if you start to notice your mind drifting into some of those harmful negative thoughts, just be aware of it, and actually having those affirmations that you can go to, having some mantras, or maybe even just having a simple breath practice, or even listening to a brief meditation on Spotify or something like that, is just a really great way to start to shift your attention away from those negative thoughts and towards more positive ones. And I just added the quote here. It's the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. And once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen. Muhammad Ali. So we made it through part 1, and I would definitely recommend you guys just go back and revisit some of those journaling prompts and spend as much time as you need. But before we really talk about the moon and all of the different phases and how you can really start to align your life so that you can use that to manifest your desires, I just wanted to talk a little bit about manifestation, how it works, and dharma, your purpose, and awakening that purpose, and how all of that kind of relates to the manifestation process. So what is manifestation? So my definition of manifestation is to create. We are divine creators. And just to give you a little example of how it works, I wanted to share just kind of a little analogy of a spider casting a web. So if a spider is hungry, if it needs its meal, what does it do? It casts a web, and it doesn't go out to hunt for its food like maybe it saw the lion do. It follows its intuition. It uses its natural gifts and trusts in its calling to cast a web. And so we have the potential as humans to tune into our specific gifts, to listen to our callings, to trust our intuition, and to create the things that we are feeling really called to do. And so after the spider then goes and casts this beautiful web, it then just sits and waits, and it rests, and it trusts that the universe will handle the details. The flies will just kind of fly right into their web, and they'll have a tasty, delicious meal. And so this is a huge part of the manifestation process. We can't be constantly working, and often we're actually kind of taking actions that maybe we saw somebody else do to kind of get to where we want to be. But if we really just trust our intuition and use our gifts to control and to create as much as we can, then we can trust that the universe will handle the details, and everything we need will come to us. And so it's up to us then to just really take that break to have faith, to be patient, and to wait for everything that we want to come to us, rather than us feeling like we constantly have to go out and work and hunt down all of the things that we're chasing. We can just be these co-creators with universal forces. You are co-creating with the divine. And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. I had to add this quote from my favorite book. If you guys haven't read The Alchemist, one of my recommendations. It's a really easy read. It's a really good story. And I love it so much that we used it as like a quote on some signs at our wedding. So that's why I have a picture from my wedding here. And Alex and I like to say that we manifested each other. So that's why I wanted to add him in. And here's Maeve over here. She's looking so beautiful in her bridesmaid dress. And hey, this is actually a picture I took when I was with Maeve in California. But I wanted to add this quote as well. So what is desired by you is destined for you. Catherine Zenkina, if you guys don't listen to the Manifestation Babe podcast, another one of my recommendations, she does a really good job of kind of modernizing some of the language around manifestation and giving lots of really practical tools. But so what I kind of mean by that, let me go back really quick. What is desired by you is destined for you really relates to your dharma. And so you guys probably know that I am a certified dharma coach or soul purpose coach. I received my certification through the Dharma Coaching Institute. So a lot of my practices and teachings revolve around purpose. And every person on the planet is born with a divine purpose. We all have unique gifts that we're meant to share with others, and innate callings and desires implanted in us to guide us toward the fulfillment of our dharma. So let your curiosities lead the way as you follow your heart towards a life of abundance. So what inspires you? What do you love learning about? What topics are you interested in these days? What could you spend hours doing just for fun? Take a little bit of time just to reflect on that. And let's take a minute to tap into your superpowers. What are you innately good at without training or explanation? What are your natural born gifts? What can you do in your sleep? And sometimes we're so close to our own genius that we can't see it. So when people compliment you, what do they say? When they come to you for help or advice, what are they asking you about? And what obstacles have you overcome? What problems have you solved for yourself or for others? What lessons have you learned through hardship that you could share to help people experiencing similar circumstances? You are so needed. Whatever service you're here to give, there's a demand for it. And in his book, Creating Affluence, Deepak Chopra calls it the law of demand and supply. Ask yourself, how may I serve? How can I help? The answers are within you. And when you find those answers, you will also see and know that there's a demand for your service. So dharma equals flow. And when we're in a flow state, it's much easier to manifest our desires. Doing good feels good. We as human beings are programmed to help people. We have an innate desire to do good in the world because doing good feels good. It's God's way of encouraging us to do more good. You can think of it like good karma. So finding the flow. Sometimes we feel like everything is working out. We notice synchronicities and serendipitous coincidences in our daily lives. This is called kriya, or flow, and it's an indication that we're in alignment with our dharma. On the other hand, there are times that it seems like everything is going wrong. We face one obstacle after another and run into roadblocks around every corner. These are signals we receive from the universe that we're on the wrong path. And this is what we call karma. It's a signal that we're out of alignment with our dharma and that it's time to change course. So karma is not a way for the universe to punish us. It's the universe's way to guide us, to keep us on track to living our dharma. And so it's really important to understand that the universe is always working for you, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. Do your best not to resist it, lean into it, and learn from it. So can you think of a time in your past when absolutely nothing went according to plan, but things ended up working out for the better? What happened? What did you learn? Write down some notes. Manifestation fundamentals. So 3 key steps to manifesting the life of your dreams are as follows: visualize, embody, surrender. So number 1, visualize. Get clear on what you want and how you want to feel. When you're putting in your request to the universe, be specific. Connect to the feelings of your heart's true desire through meditation, journaling, or any creative activities that help you enter a flow state where you can be guided by your highest self. 2, embody. Be the version of yourself that already has everything you desire. Embody the qualities of the truest, fullest expression of yourself and begin to act as though you have already received everything you're calling in. Do whatever you can to raise your vibration and use that energy you've cultivated to take aligned action toward your dreams. And 3, surrender. Follow your intuition and act on inspiration. Trust your gut and do what feels right. Be present, be patient, and be open to the opportunities presenting themselves at every moment. So this final step requires patience and an unwavering faith in the divine organizing power of the universe. Remember that everything happening now is leading you to the fulfillment of your desires. And a little magic trick to share. The simplest way to manifest anything and everything you desire is choosing to see that what you already have in front of you is enough. Gratitude is key. Give thanks and relish in the simple pleasures in life. Embody the frequency of abundance, and you will attract more abundance.